Poke Nerds, welcome in. This is going to be a quick one. We have Phantasmal Flames dropping tomorrow. I talked about the entire set earlier. I did forget to mention the Meowth and the Paldean Wooper. Both of those illustration rares, really cool. You can go check them out. They were actually Japanese exclusives that are now going to be English. So that's one of those things where it's like, if you go in on a card because it's an exclusive, you never know. It could be printed elsewhere in the future. So that's something that is certainly, if you like to make speculative plays and you're like, oh, this is exclusive, well, you never know, right? So just something to keep in mind. But Phantasmal Flames, we're starting to get pull rate data. And I told y'all earlier in the week, I strongly believe that if pull rates were similar, anywhere similar to pull rates from Mega Evolution, which, Mega Evolution base was the first set of the Mega Evolution block. Phantasmal Flames is the second set of the Mega Evolution block. I said if pull rates were similar, and I believed they would be, that Phantasmal Flames will probably crash. Crash and burn. And when I say crash, I don't mean that it's going to go below MSRP. You never know. That would shock me. I'm not expecting that. I think there's just still too much hype in the market. But right now, Phantasmal Flames booster boxes are $300. You're starting to see some listings just a little bit below 300, but it's about 300 right now. It was higher a month ago, 330. It's trickled down. ETBs are still like 125, but Phantasmal Flames is starting to get spotted out in the wild. I actually walked into Walmart. I'm going out of town tomorrow, so I'm not going to be able to hunt. I'm not going to be able to do my normal, release weekend stuff. I have, family obligations, but I decided today, go check out Target, Best Buy, Walmart, see if anything's going on. I walk in to Walmart and there's a drop going on for Phantasmal Flames. I'm like 30th in line. But I'm like, hey, might as well. You see them restocking, and I was able to pick up 5 Phantasmal Flames ETBs. I did pull the Flagon. I love this card. I already had it in Japanese. Did I just say ETB? I meant booster packs. I was able to get 5 Phantasmal Flames booster packs. I think there was a few ETBs. I didn't even get to sniff those. When I got up to the little area, there was booster packs. There was a lot of them. Phantasmal Flames booster packs. They limited it to 5. So I was able to pull Flagon. And I also got, a standard EX card. Miss Magius. So I got 2 hits out of 5 packs. Not bad. I really like the Flagon. But the point of this video is, based on the early pull rate data that we are seeing, and I'm seeing this from several sources, Danny Phantom, some Rip and Shippers, PokeFam fan club on PokeFam Club on YouTube, a couple other articles. At worst, it looks like these special illustration rares from Phantasmal Flames are about 1 in every 85 to 90 packs. Why is that significant? A, if you think about Sword and Shield, pulling those alt art rares was just like so much more difficult. Then you went into Scarlet and Violet, and they made it so easy early in Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet base, Obsidian Flames, Paldea, 151. Easy hit rates on special illustration rares. I'm talking like 1 in every booster box for Obsidian, Scarlet and Violet base, Paldea. Obviously, you didn't have booster boxes for 151, but still very easy hit rates. It got more difficult. I think probably smartly got a little bit more difficult. It was feeling a little bit too easy to pull these ultimate chase cards from the sets. And so now you fast forward to Mega Evolution base set, and it was about 1 in every 90 to 100 packs for a special illustration rare. Improved illustration rare hit rates. The average for Scarlet and Violet was 1 in every 12 packs for an illustration rare. The one exception was really Black Bolt and White Flare, and that's because they had a million a million illustration rares, and so there's just so many that they made them like 1 in every 5 or 6 packs. But Mega Evolution 1 in every 9 for illustration rare, about 1 in every 90 to 100 for a special illustration rare, and it's sounding like this tiny set, Phantasmal Flames, has even better pull rates or similar pull rates to Mega Evolution base set. And that is so significant because there are only 5 special illustration rares. There are only 5. And there's not a ton of illustration rares either. You have special illustration rare wise. You have Charizard, Mega Charizard X, EX. You have Lopunny, Mega Lopunny, Mega Sharpedo. You have Dawn, and you have Rotom EX. That's all you got. That's it. I don't think anybody's chasing any of the special illustration rares outside of Charizard, and Charizard is going to be, it looks like, less than 1 in every 500 packs to pull that Charizard. All of these cards are going to be all over the place, including Charizard. Now, the gold card, that's still going to be tough to hit, but it's a gold card. Gold cards are always hard to hit. These are harder to hit. They're a little bit nicer than most gold cards, but I think that fad is going to kind of die down a little bit. And I think special illustration rares will return to the top where they should be because they're the best cards that are made these days. I don't, 300 plus for a booster box of a tiny set like this, brand new, where these cards are going to be everywhere. It's going to be a waived release as well. I think it's going to hit 200 within the next 3 months. That would be my guess, which would be somewhat unprecedented. Over the last year, Surging came out under 200. It got up to 200 and then above 200. But it got down back to under 220 for a very brief period of time earlier this year. Surging Sparks did. But that was the one that really kicked off the hype. So then you get to Journey Together. There was a long time where Journey Together could be had under 200. Walmart was selling it for $185 a ton through some of their resellers. You could find it on sale a lot under 200. You could find it just standard secondary market prices for around 200 for a very long time. It's gone up now, certainly. But since then, sets that we have had, main sets with booster boxes, Destined Rivals, to the moon, blasting off. That's Destined Rivals never got to 200. And then Mega Evolution base set has stayed pretty steady, up way above 200. I can pull them up real quick. So it's about 260 Mega Evolution base set, 250 to 260 for a booster box. It's never really been below 250. And then you look at Destined Rivals. So those are the last 2 booster box sets we've had. And neither of them really got below 250. Destined bottomed out right below 250, right around 250, a little bit after release. That's what you're seeing from Mega Evolution as well right now. I think this is going to be the set to get us going back in a different direction. And now, Mega Dream, that set that's going to come out, looks like it's probably going to be insane. It's going to be a holiday high-class set. I think that's probably going to, it's going to have Gengar, Dragonite, Dragapult, a bunch of other stuff probably. I think it's going to be crazy. But I think Phantasmal Flames can give folks a brief reprieve at the very least from 250 plus per booster box. Like if a booster box gets down to 200 in this climate, I'm fine with going and getting it and opening it personally. and having fun in the hobby again. I opened up a lot of Journey Together at 185. Now, is it possible, likely, that at some point you'll be looking back at 2025 and saying, oh my God, you're opening up a booster box that was $200? That's crazy. That's so expensive. Yeah, that's possible. It's also possible that we have a new norm where booster boxes don't get back down to $100 or $80 or $90 for a booster box like we had over the last several years. We don't exactly know the future, but we do know the present, and I would be really happy to see Phantasmal Flames crash to a point where people can really get it much more easily and readily and at reasonable prices. And I believe, based on the fact that it's going to be heavily printed and the fact that every card in the set will be attainable by opening, these numbers are going to shrink. Charizard ain't going to be $1,000. It's going to be way too easy to pull. And I think that all the all the special illustration rare and illustration rare style cards are going to see major pullbacks from this set, including Charizard, which, $1,000. I don't think it's gonna be sniffing $1,000 in a month or two. I really don't. That's my opinion. It's not financial advice. It's not. That's just my personal opinion. Maybe it's wishful thinking. I don't know. But based on my understanding of the hobby, look, I don't think this is Obsidian Flames. When Obsidian Flames came out, there was not this groundswell and just uproar of interest in the hobby, right? There wasn't. It's different. I also think that people like this Mega Charizard EX Special Illustration Rare more than they liked the Charizard from Obsidian Flames. I also think Obsidian Flames, it was easier to pull that card. But this is going to be a relatively easy Charizard chase card to pull, thanks to the pull rates in this set, thanks to the fact that this set is so small. And I think it's going to see a major price decline. So it's like, I know I said this is going to be a short video. It's getting to be a pretty average length video. Should you, if you find one that looks like a PSA 10, should you buy it and grade it? I don't even know at this point, because I think that PSA 10 graded price could take a major hit as well. That's how I'm handling my business. Let me know how you're handling it in the comment section below. Best of luck finding Phantasmal Flames at MSRP this weekend. I hope you all have a great time finding it, opening, ripping, whatever you do. Enjoy it. Enjoy your Poke plans, and y'all have a good one.